Hey everyone, Jeremy here, and today I wanted to talk about how I feel like they need to make another Green Lantern movie. Now, I know the last movie came out in 2011, I believe, with Ryan Reynolds, and in my opinion, I like the movie. I know a lot of people didn't like it, they didn't like the CGI, they didn't like the writing, but in my opinion, it was one of the cooler movies I've seen a while back. And when I was a kid, I was like, wow, this is so cool. It's so, it's also like colorful. Of course, as a kid, those are the things that I was thinking about, but it was colorful and superheroes. It's cool, right? And so I feel like that the new DCU, James Gunn, should really make another Green Lantern movie. Give it another go. Because I feel like some movies that we have gotten so far are, or at least back when James Gunn wasn't in charge of the DCEU or the DCU, we've been getting projects that we don't necessarily want to see. And I feel like ever since the first Green Lantern movie came out and then people didn't like it, maybe, I don't know if it's budget wise or maybe nobody just wanted to make another Green Lantern movie. Whatever the case may be, I feel like they need to make another one. And the reason why is, and I think it should be one of the first films that James Gunn makes, is because Green Lantern is a vital part of the Justice League. And if James Gunn, who, has worked with Marvel in the past and knows kind of like their strategy and what makes a good build up for movies like Avengers with like team ups, I feel like James Gunn needs to make solo movies around the main Justice League characters first. And with this first one being Superman, I think that's a good way to kick it off. It's kind of like the same thing where the DCEU kicked off with the Man of Steel. You start off with Superman, and then after that, they made, I think it was Batman versus Superman next, in which they introduced Batman in that movie. But the thing I think that should really happen here is, and this is just my opinion, but I really do feel like they need to make solo movies first and then build it up into a Justice League movie. And that's kind of something that I felt like they did wrong with the DCU Justice League, was because most of these characters, or at least Flash, Batman, and Cyborg, they didn't have their own solo movies first. And so in that way, we didn't get to see how they became those characters within their own movie, I would say. Because I'm pretty sure we saw it in like a little glimpse of, like in Justice League, right? But I felt like we weren't as connected with the characters as much as we would want to be if they had their own solo movies and then they come together in the end in the Justice League movie. Kind of like what the MCU did with Iron Man. They made two Iron Man movies before they even got to the next or the first Avenger movie. And they made Thor and they made Captain America. Also, they made Hulk. So these are four vital characters of the Avengers that we saw before we got to Avengers, which has made it more, I guess, in a way better because we're more connected with these characters and then we can see what they've dealt with, what their power level is at the time. And so DCU, James Gunn, I really do feel like they need to give Green Lantern another go because you want this new DCU to have a build up kind of like the MCU as well. You want it to build up into something greater, to something that's more exciting with the Justice League movie, not just kind of throwing out the Justice League out there just because you wanted it to make money or just, it was a good idea at the time. And of course we were excited for Justice League, but we didn't get these solo movies from characters like, and I didn't even mention Aquaman. We got Aquaman after it came out. I forgot what year it came out, but I'm pretty sure we got it after Justice League. Not to mention, Green Lantern is a vital part of Justice League. Just watch the TV shows. He's always in those TV shows in the animated series. And I think a good way to make this movie is to kind of look back on the source material that has been happening before. Like a good example of a great Green Lantern, in my opinion, is go back to the show that came out with Green Lantern, the animated series. Now, this was a show that had lots of good moments, and it had other lanterns that I think the DCU should also focus on. Or don't just make one Green Lantern movie and then be done with it. No, I think there's a lot to build on here with when it comes to Green Lantern. There's so many other Lantern Corps that we can focus on. And in my opinion, I would love to see the Blue Lanterns. And I think in the show too, in the animated series, when the Blue Lantern was close to the Green Lantern, it kind of like gave them a power up. And so I want to go more further into what these other Lantern Corps are like. Yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you guys agree with me, or if you guys don't agree with me, maybe you guys don't want to see Green Lantern, consider liking and subscribing. It would really help me out. And it's been Jeremy, and I'll see you guys in the next video.